What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the X's and O show. I'm Isaac.
And I'm Justin here.
And today we actually got a lot of news to talk about. A lot of NFL, a lot of Week 5. We actually just got some breaking news as we're watching the Ravens-Colts game.
Right now, yep.
Yeah. So I guess we'll start with that. Breaking news, Jon Gruden actually resigned as coach of the Raiders after what came out about his emails.
Yeah, they said some racist emails, some controversial emails from his past and stuff I seen. What did they say? They said he just mentioned stuff about people kneeling during the flag, female referees, just kind of ignorant comments that he made really over emails, and that's why he stepped down from the Raiders head coach, I guess. So, which makes sense. It was either that or he was getting fired for sure.
Yeah, or he was going to take a bunch of hefty fines and a bunch of time off.
Right.
And it was just bound to happen.
I mean, it's just kind of what he deserved too. I feel like. I mean, that's kind of what I feel. It was bound to happen too. I mean, once you have something like that come out, it's just
something you just shouldn't say.
Can't really fix it at that point. I don't think, but
yeah. Okay, let's move on to something more positive. We'll talk about last week's game.
Yeah, for sure.
I went 12-2 on my picks. Justin went 8-6.
8-6, pretty tough week, but
hey, starting off at week 5, so not starting off at the beginning of the season, but we just gotta start somewhere.
Right.
So we're kind of going game by game. Had the early
First game. Yep, in England.
Yeah, England. Falcons 27, Jets 20. We both had the Jets win this game.
Yeah, I mean, really, I seen Zach Wilson having a much better game, but really just didn't happen. Falcons defense just looked a little bit better, I guess, than the Jets. Kyle Pitts finally had his coming out game.
Jets.
Nice.
Wilson just making rookie mistakes. I mean, we expect that. You put a terrible team around Wilson, rookie quarterback.
Yeah.
It's hard to expect much, but
just doesn't have the team around him. Really doesn't have too much support to really get wins like that. So
yeah, but it was nice to see finally a big game out of Kyle Pitts. Something we like to see is for a rookie tight end. We expected big things. Started off slow, but
yeah, that was nice. Had his first receiving touchdown.
Yeah, that was big. It wasn't even in America. Happened in London.
Yeah, right.
Second game, we got Patriots versus Texans. Game actually a lot closer than I thought it would be.
Yeah, it wasn't. I mean, Davis Mills had a pretty good game too. We actually mentioned on the show, we said that Bill Belichick wasn't going to mess around with rookie quarterbacks, but I mean, Davis Mills had a solid game, but Patriots just kind of came to play. Mac Jones played solid too. I mean,
Hunter Henry had a huge game out of him.
Yeah.
But I guess Belichick knows more about Tom Brady than David Mills, and I guess that makes sense when you play with each other for so long.
Right. Patriots really just got the best of the Texans, I feel like.
Yeah. Next game, we got Vikings 19, Lions 17. Came down to a game-winning field goal by the Vikings. I watched this game. I like the heartbreaker, but I like the decision to go for 2 at the end. We needed the win, and we knew we really couldn't take it in overtime.
I mean, I don't know. I was kind of up in air about the 2-point conversion call. I mean, really watching that at home, I was saying why not just go into overtime. But I mean, they ended up getting the conversion, so it worked out. But you gotta stop him there on that.
Oh, for sure.
You cannot let
2 timeouts, 37 seconds left, I believe. I just feel like Campbell. You knew he likes to go for it on 4th. He likes the 2-point conversions. Madison was having a huge game. We clearly couldn't stop him. I don't think he wanted to come down to a flip of a coin.
Yeah, Madison looked good. I mean, really, I don't think that Dan Campbell's looked too good, in my opinion. I mean, it's been all right, but I mean, we are 0-5, so it speaks for itself. And like we said, like this game and the Ravens game, you can't give up those huge.
Oh no, you just can't do that.
Games when the game's on the line, and you know that you can't give up 3 points, and that's what you do.
They did back-to-back weeks.
Final minutes of back-to-back weeks. I mean, just can't do it.
Just devastating at this point. It's numbing. Next game, Eagles 21, Panthers 18. I said if McCaffrey didn't play, Eagles were winning. Even though Chuba had a big game.
Yeah, he did. Had him on my fantasy
Eagles
team too.
Eagles actually kind of came back. I was looking, kind of keeping up. They were down at one point.
Yeah, Jalen Hurts had another solid game. I mean, really, he's been solid all year.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you said, Chuba had a big game. But
Yeah, Sanders not doing well. 11 carries, 45 yards. They got to figure out something. Hurts didn't have a touchdown, but had an interception. But
yeah, Darnold too looked
oh yeah,
really bad.
Darnold
3
did.
interceptions out of him. Only 1 touchdown.
Not much on the running, which we've seen from Darnold this whole time. That was his big thing.
Yeah,
he was running the ball well.
Exactly. Yeah, he's been impressive, rushing the ball. But yeah, really just a down game for the Panthers, I think.
Kind of came back to earth a little bit.
Yeah, right. I agree with that. But I mean, Eagles played pretty well too.
Yeah. Saints versus Washington. I was keeping up with this game because I had Kamara and Terry. It was a close game the whole way. It was a lot closer than I thought it was going to be. Kind of came down to the Saints just being a better team. I feel like Kamara had a big game. We finally saw a rushing touchdown out of Kamara.
Yeah.
First of his season, and they actually threw him the ball this game. Unlike last game, he had 0 targets.
Right. I mean, just Terry McLaurin not getting too involved. Antonio Gibson looked all right. Had another rushing touchdown this week. That's 3 in a row.
Yeah, 2 rushing touchdowns.
Yeah, that's right.
But we saw Winston. We saw both sides of Winston this game. He had that terrible interception, and then next drive he had that bomb.
Yeah, exactly. Just kind of what you're going to get out of Winston. And Heineke didn't have the best game, 2 interceptions.
No, his highs are high, but I feel like his lows are low.
Right. That's what we said last episode, exactly.
Next game, we got Titans versus Jaguars. Titans 37, Jaguars 19. Titans did not come around and play.
Yeah, I was watching this game. Jags really just kind of looked flat like they have all year. Trevor Lawrence really hasn't impressed, too much this year. James Robinson looked really good again this game. Looked like an elite running back, in my opinion.
Yeah, just a little nervous. I saw Hyde took some red zone carries at the 1 and stuff.
Yeah,
got stuffed a few times, but
right. Urban Meyer, I don't know, not looking the greatest.
Not, but he said it's like
games, but
he said it's like playing Alabama every week, and
yeah, right.
We got Bucs versus Dolphins. Tom Brady.
I mean,
Tom Brady.
That's all you gotta pretty much say. I mean, it's kind of what we thought,
Yeah, I mean, 411 yards, 5 touchdowns.
Dolphins moving to 1-4 too.
Yeah.
Not what really we were expecting. I mean, last season they looked a lot better. The defense looked a lot better.
Tua's been out, but Tua didn't look great to start the season. So.
I mean, last season he really didn't look too great either. But Brian Flores looked way better last season too. I mean, this whole team really did. This year the defenses really fell off. I mean, they still got good corners there in Xavier Howard. They got good pieces there. I mean,
it's
really just not looking too good this year.
Not close. And Gaskin more involved this game.
Yeah.
More on the target side.
A little bit more right. And last year he was a lot more involved.
Yeah, but we'll see what they take from that game.
Yeah.
Next game is actually a weird game. Packers versus Bengals. A lot of missed field goals.
Yeah, that was crazy.
And Packers
Crosby.
Devontae Adams had over 200 receiving yards.
Crazy game for Devontae Adams. Probably the top receiver in the NFL, honestly.
Yeah. But we're seeing A.J. Dillon get more and more involved. And I don't know. It's kind of becoming that Hunt and Nick Chubb
kind of. I mean, I still feel like Aaron Jones kind of
secures
the
job
back and should be that lead back.
Oh yeah,
I
for
really
sure.
feel like he's the top running back in the NFL. But I mean, Aaron Rodgers looked pretty well. Threw for 350 yards. Did have 1 interception, but Devontae Adams went crazy in this game for sure.
Oh yeah.
And Packers defense still not looking great. Hasn't looked great all season. I mean, with Jair Alexander out too, it's not going to help. But able to pull it out with that Mason Crosby field goal at the end.
Yeah, Bengals kicker at least thought he had it in the bag.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. That's
Then we got Steelers 27, Broncos 19. I took another loss on this. Big Ben decided to have an arm this game.
Yeah, we both picked Denver for this one. Really, Big Ben.
Juju got injured.
Yeah, Juju injured.
Out for the season. Yeah, shoulder injury.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Broncos are looking tough against.
Yeah, Najee had a good game too. Over 100 rushing yards this game.
Broncos are struggling against.
Yeah, they are.
I guess average teams because Steelers are average.
I mean, yeah, probably.
Bears versus Raiders. Bears 20, Raiders 9.
Not what I was expecting, really.
Nothing good out of the Raiders this game.
Yeah, I picked the Raiders this game, and just really didn't look in this game.
Kenyon Drake, block, really cut his time, destroyed his time. 2 carries, 11 yards.
Yeah, Kenyon Drake really wasn't seeing too much this game. Got Josh Jacobs involved a little bit more, but yeah, Derek Carr didn't throw for a touchdown. Really didn't look too good. The offense didn't look like, they were clicking too well. Obviously, they were dealing with that locker room disruption with Jon Gruden. Everything that happened was happening yesterday too.
Yeah, they're talking about it.
What happened actually right now, 10 minutes ago or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Him resigning, but yeah, really not a good game out of the Raiders. Pretenders.
Yeah,
That's what the Raiders are. I feel like this is a team that started off hot.
I'm gonna wonder who they're gonna hire as head coach.
Yeah.
If they just sit on the assistant all year, or if they.
Yeah, they'll probably sit on one of the assistants all year, and then next year look for a new head coach probably.
It's just rough. It's been all downhill once you start. You started 3-0.
Yeah, right. And the whole Jon Gruden era, kind of. I mean,
yeah.
You traded
Khalil Mack.
Yeah, you traded Khalil Mack.
Antonio Brown didn't work
Amari
out.
Cooper. Antonio Brown didn't work out. I mean, really, I never really liked Jon Gruden that much, to be honest. Not as a head coach.
Yeah. I mean,
not getting it done.
Do you look in a new direction with Derek Carr? I mean, what do you do with Carr
Honestly,
at this point?
Yeah, probably. But I don't know. It's tough to say.
It's hard.
It's tough to say.
Who wants Derek Carr? That's the thing.
In this game,
the shootout.
This was a great game.
A shootout of a game, 47-42. We'll get into Justin Herbert a little later, but this
Cleveland
game
and Los Angeles, great game.
This was a shootout.
I was watching this all the way through.
Missed extra point to tie the game by the Chargers, but they still won.
Herbert looked great, really. So did the Browns, though, too. I mean, Baker looked good. Turnovers.
He looked good when he wasn't throwing to Odell.
Yeah, right.
Odell not getting involved whatsoever.
They're not getting Odell involved enough, really. Nick Chubb, monster game out of Nick Chubb.
Oh, yeah. Proven why he said that RB1.
Right. Top running back in the NFL for sure. Over 100 and, what was it? Over 150, I want to say.
161, one tutty.
Yeah.
Kareem Hunt had 2 tutties.
Kareem Hunt too, though. Yeah, 2 tuds out of Kareem Hunt. I mean, they use that running game so well out there in Cleveland. It's great because then they don't have to rely on Baker that much. So
yeah. Next game, Cowboys versus Giants. Cowboys have some serious injury problems. Yeah. Daniel Jones looks like he's going to be on concussion protocol. Took a huge hit. Saquon's unfortunate. Stepped on an ankle. Yeah. Looks like he's going to be out 2 to 4 weeks is kind of what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
And then I haven't heard anything on Kenny Galladay.
Yeah, I seen that Galladay was out too. Saquon, yeah, I don't know. I don't really hear much about him. I heard that he could miss the season, but I'm not
yeah, I mean, I'm hearing week to week. I'm hearing season. I'm hearing 2 to 4 weeks.
Right. And yeah, Daniel Jones, obviously a pretty big loss too, was having.
He was having an up year.
Right. Yeah, he definitely was having an up year compared to last year.
I mean, Giants fans were booing him. I mean, they'd rather have Daniel Jones than Dwayne Haskins, which they passed on a few years ago.
For sure. Right. But yeah, it's kind of sad to see Daniel Jones go down. I mean, but Cowboys though looking good still. Offense is clicking.
Yes.
Defense still looking solid. I mean, Micah Parsons.
Diggs.
Looking
amazing.
Is looking great. He really is. He's a ball hawk.
We'll get to him more later, but
yeah,
he is looking amazing right now.
He is. He's getting to the ball.
Cardinals 49ers. Closer game than I thought. 17
to
10 Cardinals. Murray.
Defensive game.
Yeah, Murray. looked all right this
Didn't
game.
flash. Really,
Didn't look like this season Murray we've seen, but a little reality check for him.
Kind of like I said, just more of a defensive game more than anything, really. I mean, on the 49ers part, really.
It was good for them to keep it close. It showed the ability to compete with a pretty elite team.
Right, yeah. Their defense really stepped up. Obviously, their offense,
going to struggle a little bit under Trey Lance.
Yeah, right.
They're going into that bye next week.
Yeah.
So we'll see if Garoppolo comes back. I believe I think he's going to start when they come back. I just think it's the smart thing with their situation and team right now. I mean, I know they're riddled with injuries at RB, but...
Yeah, I think that we can definitely see that happening, but I think that we can see Trey Lance still be the starter, though, but, yeah, like I said, right, I feel like that could happen, too, honestly.
Yeah. And then Sunday night game, huge rain delay at halftime. I was sitting on my couch waiting for the game to start, and it was about an hour before it did.
Great game again, though.
Bills won 38, Chiefs 20.
Bills look great.
Bills look great. Mahomes...
Didn't look the greatest.
Really, 2 interceptions. He has 6 on the season. I think that's more than he had last year.
I want to say he had 6 last year. So
yeah, 6 or 5.
He had last year, but yeah.
That's insane. I'm just so stunned by the Chiefs this year.
Yeah, the Chiefs
defense, and then
defense is not looking good at all.
Even the offense is it's good. It's still good. It's still above average, but it's not
clicking as much.
It's not top 5 like it should be.
Yeah.
With Kelsey Hill.
Right.
Clyde Edwards, who went out.
And yeah, I mean, shout out to the Bills offense, too, though. Josh Allen going out there looking like an MVP candidate, too, spreading the ball around, getting Dawson Knox involved.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at the team. I don't think anyone had above 5 targets, and no one had above 3 receptions. Yeah. That is a perfectly balanced offense right there.
I mean, yeah, looking at it now, getting Emmanuel Sanders involved, Gabriel Davis.
Cole,
spreading the ball around.
Cole Beasley's kind of been down. He had 2 really good weeks, but hasn't been involved the last 2.
But still, able to, come on top of the Chiefs in the end. Watching the
we got
Ravens and Colts game now.
Yeah, we got that right behind us. So Ravens kind of just marched down. Mark Ingram, I believe, got 2 receptions on the last drive, but got stopped to a field goal. And Justin Tucker's gonna miss him. So we got some news. Let's get back into Diggs. 6 picks, 5 games. Apparently, the news came out that when Nick Saban switched him from wide receiver to quarterback, he cried.
Yeah, I mean, it's just how you know that the guy loves the game, though.
Yeah, I mean,
really,
he probably
that's how I feel.
He probably loved the flashiness of the wide receiver. Wide receivers more higher ranked and everything, bigger money there.
Right, obviously too. Stephon.
Yeah.
His brother too, playing receiver and everything. But I mean, Diggs, he's been looking good.
Oh yeah, he's been looking
really good.
Dak even came out and said, when we're in practice, I don't throw his way.
Right.
And we're seeing that for a reason.
He's looking lockdown, right? He's looking great. Matter of fact.
Yeah, he is looking great. 6 picks, 5 games. That's like prime Darrelle Revis right there. That's lockdown.
That's defensive player of the year status, really. If he can keep this up, I was actually thinking that on my drive here. I was literally thinking that, like, if he can keep that up, he will get consideration for defensive player of the year.
I mean, it's hard going to be to keep up 1 pick a game, a little over 1 pick a game,
that
but
would definitely be hard to do.
Some cornerbacks get 6 picks a year, and they're considered elite.
Exactly, right.
And he's done it in 5 games.
Exactly.
I could see him around 10 this year.
Right, if he can tag on like 4 more interceptions throughout the year, which really...
I don't know what the record is, but
yeah,
he's looking like he could beat it.
Yeah, that's impressive for sure. And Dallas's defense as a whole, like we said, has been looking good.
Really improved since last year.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, next topic. I thought this was so weird when I read it. 12 extra points missed by kickers on Sunday. Yeah. I don't know if they had some giant fan blowing all across stadiums or what they had going on.
It is weird. I didn't even see that until you had that down there.
There used to be a gimme from the 2-yard line. They moved them back and
they had the Arrow Man out there or something. Hey, shout out to my pops.
Arrow Man pointing the other direction.
He is. He's out there. Herbert showing out, obviously.
Herbert might be MVP. I got his stats right here. Last game he had 398 passing yards, 4 passing touchdowns, 29 yards on the ground, a rushing TD, and a 2-point conversion.
5 touchdowns altogether with a 2-point conversion.
Yeah.
Almost 400 passing yards. I mean, he's getting it done.
Oh yeah, he's doing whatever he can do to win.
Yeah, he's doing everything too, and he's looking like an elite quarterback too. He's looking like a top guy in the league.
Yeah,
for sure.
Herbert MVP. Who else you got in the MVP conversation?
I mean, Herbert obviously. You know, the thing is too is like, I feel like we see a lot of sophomores take that jump like Herbert did too. Like we've seen that from Lamar too.
Watching the Ravens game, I was just about to say Lamar.
We've seen that from Patrick Mahomes too, right?
Yeah.
Was that his sophomore year?
Yeah, he sat behind Alex Smith.
Okay.
And then.
Right. You know, but just getting back to the MVP conversation.
Guys like Murray.
Murray's obviously up there. The Cardinals are still undefeated.
Only
so
undefeated team left. He's got to be up there.
Right. Obviously, he's pretty valuable, you know.
Brady has over 400 yards, 5 passing touchdowns.
Brady's definitely up there because, you know, Brady's obviously throwing for a lot of passing touchdowns. They're winning also.
Yeah.
And at his age, obviously very impressive.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Like you said, Josh Allen.
Josh Allen, he's getting it done on his feet, too.
Yeah. Josh Allen.
He couldn't be stopped on the ground for some reason.
Started off semi-slow, but I mean, getting back to that form and that right there winning, too. And not only are they winning, but they're putting up lots of points, too, on teams. I noticed that today. Yeah, I mean, Josh Allen's definitely in that conversation. I think it's probably those 4 guys.
Where do you put people like, we're watching Lamar, where do you put someone like Lamar or Stafford who are having...
Oh, right. I mean, yeah, Stafford, too, is definitely up there. Lamar...
Yeah, just because of his team, his situation. He's getting those yards. He's getting those touchdowns.
I mean, yeah, Stafford, too, obviously being on a team like the LA Rams. And just kind of the story of it, too, because I feel like leagues do take story into consideration.
First year on a new team.
Right. Exactly. I was actually going to just pull up Lamar's stats here.
I was seeing people compare him to his MVP year with his passing yards.
Yeah.
He had less touchdowns, but he had the same amount of rushing yards. And I feel like Lamar's just put in kind of like disrespected. He's being kind of disrespected just because of his game. And
right. The thing is Lamar is unique from other quarterbacks too. He does things differently. But I mean, I do still feel that Lamar is a top 10 quarterback in the league for sure. Oh yeah,
for sure. I mean, we're talking about people like Herbert and Allen who had a rushing touchdown. Lamar does that every week.
Right.
And we were just kind of like, whatever. I mean,
exactly. And I mean, the other guy to look out for is Dak Prescott too.
Yeah.
If his team keeps winning, he's been pretty solid too.
Yeah, it's kind of the team record situation, some stats.
Exactly.
So I got some teams. You think they're in trouble? The Browns and the Chiefs. I know the Browns look good, but I think they're 3-2 now. That's kind of rough.
Yeah, kind of struggling with injuries too, though. Jarvis Landry obviously been out on IR.
Yeah.
For a few weeks now. But
and then the Chiefs.
I don't know. The Chiefs I'm more worried about. I feel like the Chiefs, right? Like we said, Mahomes just not looking
2-3 at the bottom of the conference.
Yeah. Mahomes not looking great. The defense looking bad, if anything.
I know. Even they lost to the Bills, and they're not even shooting out the Bills, really. They only scored 20 points. I don't want to be worried about the Chiefs, but I kind of am.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with that. I mean, I'm pretty worried about the Chiefs. Come playoff time, that's a team that I feel like is going to have to just get it together because it's, what they are. They're a great coach, great, organization as a whole. But, I mean, just early on in the season, it's fair to worry about them for sure. Like we said, Mahomes not looking great, offense not clicking.
Yeah. We said Juju was out for the season with a shoulder injury. I don't really, that's really bad for Juju. I like watching him play, but this year he didn't really play a role. He was kind of that third wide receiver behind Dante Johnson, Chase Claypool.
I mean, we kind of seen that last year too.
Yeah, and then Harris getting involved as a rookie.
Right. Deontay Johnson, in my opinion, definitely that number one option out there in Pittsburgh. And he probably was last year too.
Yeah. Chase Claypool looks good out there, but that's when Dante Johnson's out and Juju's out. Right. So let's see if his role increases even more.
Yeah, his role will probably increase more. But I mean, Juju not looking like that, wide receiver one like we maybe thought that he was when
when he was with AD.
Right, when AD left, and that's kind of what AB said it pretty harshly. I might not agree with how he said it, but he did say that Juju wasn't ready for that wide receiver 1 position. I mean, we're kind of seeing that, I guess.
Yeah, it's tough.
It is tough.
AB's right here. I was just about to talk
you
about
gotta
him.
feel for the guy, right?
I was just about to talk about AB. Seeing it. Is this prime AB? What are we seeing out of this guy? I mean, it's amazing what we're seeing him do with people like Chris Godwin, Evans, Gronkowski out last week, but still he is putting up huge numbers.
I mean, really, did he lose his prime? Really? When you think about it, I mean, he took a year off from the Raiders, joined the Raiders.
Yeah, he had that injury from the
Patriots. Right.
I mean, we saw in New England that Tom Brady did like AB as a target.
Yeah.
That's why he came to Tampa Bay, and
he
just shined. I think people got to treat him like a legitimate wide receiver.
Yeah.
And I just think it makes the Bucs offense that more elite.
Yeah, I feel that because I feel like people were right. I feel like they weren't really, respecting him as, one of the elite receivers because, I mean, he hasn't showed it in, obviously sometime.
Yeah, we kind of forget. We saw that injury versus the Bengals in the wild card. And
yeah, but we kind of forget, too. That's the thing.
Yeah. So I got a few pretenders or contenders here, and I'm going to ask you a team, and you're going to tell me if they're pretenders or contenders.
Gotcha.
We got the Broncos, 3-2.
Broncos, really, I just don't like their quarterback situation. Got some solid receivers out there. Got a very solid defense, a great defense out there.
Yeah, Sutton's looking real good for that team. Fan started off hot.
Yeah.
Kind of slowed down a little bit.
Really, though, I don't like their quarterback position. That's so, important when you talk about a football team.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I'm going to have to go with pretenders. I don't see them being contenders this year.
We kind of already talked about the Raiders. Kind of said they're pretenders already.
Raiders, yeah.
I just don't know what you do with the team at this point. Do you sell Derek Carr? What do you do with him?
Right, yeah. It looked like Derek Carr kind of got injured last game, too. And now that...
I mean, he's getting the stats, he's getting the passing yards, but he's just...
he's not solid.
It's just not executing the wins.
Right.
And that's the name of the game.
I mean, not as of late, right? Because they were... they started off hot, but not as of late. And just... I don't know, I really just don't know if I buy into that defense. I don't like their cornerback position as much as other people do, honestly.
And their coaching situation now.
And
you're looking at that on the screen, it's just...
Yeah, I'll go with pretenders for Raiders. I might be eating my words on that one, but... This
one's a little interesting. I put this team, Green Bay. They had a tough game against the Bengals. They had a tough week 1. It looks like they steadied out, but what do you do with Alexander's on IR? It's tough.
Right.
People got him in the Super Bowl, and then some people got him as...
Yeah, honestly, I feel like for Green Bay, would have been really nice to get Gilmore to step in right away to that quarterback 1 position, especially with Jair Alexander out. I feel like guys like Kevin King aren't as bad as we feel like they aren't as bad as we say that they are, but he's not going to come in and fulfill that cornerback 1 position. But really, with the offense.
Yeah, I was just about to say the offense. Even Cobb's clicking there.
Right, Cobb's clicking.
Not back to his old self, but back to somewhat respectable.
Right. Cobb's clicking. I mean, you could say with Mahomes playing like this year, Rodgers is maybe the best quarterback in the league. I mean, best wide receiver in the league with Devontae Adams.
Yeah, I definitely think Devontae Adams. Into the season, I thought Hopkins would be that number 1 wide receiver in the league, but...
Yeah, Adams is showing out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Rodgers he's going to get it done. Green Bay, they're a surefire playoff block for me. And
it's just that you think they're getting into that Super Bowl. You think Rodgers getting that number 2.
I don't know.
Tough. It's real tough.
I don't know if I see that making the Super Bowl. They can definitely make a deep run again like they did last year. But Super Bowls are always tough.
Yeah, one game and you're out.
It just always feels like they never have enough to get over that edge, I feel like. But, you never know. But out of pretenders or contenders, I'm going to have to say that they're contenders.
Yeah. Got a team on here like the Chargers. recent success, Herbert, Williams, Allen, Eckler, that team is looking legit, but do you think they sustain it for the season?
Yeah, I mean, really, this is a team that I didn't see,
Yeah, people had it like 6-11.
Right. This isn't a team that I seen coming out being this hot, but
I do think they slow down. I do think they come back to earth.
Yeah, I think they kind of do, right? But I mean, I feel like Justin Herbert can keep up this MVP campaign.
Yeah.
And I feel like that they can make the playoffs.
Yeah, I think there's some teams standing in their way, like the Bills and stuff.
Yeah, right. Exactly. There's always going to be teams like that, but I mean, I don't know. It's hard to call them contenders too, but it's hard to call them pretenders too.
Yeah.
I really don't feel like they're either. I kind of just feel like
they're at least a playoff team. I think they're going to be in the playoffs.
Right.
It's just that if NFL, it's like someone gets injured, then
exactly
kind of ruins your hopes. And
yeah, right.
Kind of seeing that with teams and stuff. Next team I got on here is the Saints. What do you think of the Saints? They kind of destroyed Green Bay week 1. Kind of came back to earth a little bit. Won last week. I mean, they get Michael Thomas back. Their offense is looking pretty good. Winston hasn't looked terrible. He hasn't looked amazing.
Yeah, that's kind of the thing. I mean, right? They got Winston. Missing Michael Thomas is obviously pretty big. They just don't really have that wide receiver 1. But I mean, Kamara hasn't looked too great.
No, he hasn't looked like.
But I mean,
he just hasn't looked like Kamara.
Yeah.
He's getting more rushes than he did these last few years, but his receptions are down.
His receptions are down, right? He's kind of, just less involved in the offense almost.
Yeah.
Not getting them goal line rushes as much as he really should, especially when you have a quarterback like Winston. I feel like.
I mean, they're throwing in Taysom Hill in some plays. I know he just went down last game, but.
And honestly, I don't know, with the division that they're in, I kind of feel like I like, obviously, the Bucs, and I kind of like the Panthers over them too, but I don't know, because it's always tough. I mean, the Saints are always a team that's up there. Sean Payton, obviously, a great coach.
It's tough. Quarterback situation in both teams is a little shaky.
Yeah, that always scares me.
I would kind of take Winston personally over Darnold.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But
honestly, I really do like Darnold this year. I'm kind of a big Darnold fan this year, really. I like what I've seen out of him. But yeah, I'll definitely take him over Winston, for sure.
And then last team I have on here is the Chiefs.
Okay.
I think their roster is just too talented to be
it's kind of just like
contenders. I think they for sure make the playoffs.
Yeah.
I know Stephen A. Smith came out and he said they're done, they're toast, and I think he's just trying to buy into the hype, get those views.
Yeah, that's really just why I don't listen to like that type of BS, really. Because next week he'll
throw for 400 yards and 5 touchdowns.
And then next week you'll see Stephen A. Smith praising Patrick Mahomes and calling, Chiefs Super Bowl contenders.
Yeah.
So that's why I don't watch it. But Chiefs to me are obvious.
I think they're contenders. Yeah.
Really. They're a surefire playoff team. Patrick Mahomes is Patrick Mahomes. Really, I feel like he'll get it together. The defenses obviously look shaky. But yeah, you do need a great defense to win your championship. You've seen that last year with the Bucs. Had the best defense in the NFL and really just ended up getting it done.
Yeah.
I mean, but yeah, really.
You've seen that with the team that comes to mind is the Broncos with Peyton Manning last year.
Right. Exactly.
And defense kind of carried them, and the offense was there, but it wasn't elite.
Yeah, defense wins championships, and that's definitely true.
Yeah, it's been true for a lot of teams. I feel like across all sports.
Yeah.
Okay, kind of got this segment. We're gonna call it Bop or Weave. Okay. It's gonna be some fantasy. I'm gonna keep it standard, kind of 10-man team.
All right.
Pick up the player or weave from him, kind of dodge him, or you can just hold him. Just hold him, put him on the bench. First one's Gaskin. He had 31.9 points. He was on my bench after last week.
Yeah.
Had him started and he gave me 0.3.
I mean, Gaskin is a guy that I hold, honestly.
Yeah.
Just saying how he got, more involved in the passing game.
Yeah, he still didn't rush much, but I feel like they're playing the Bucs and they're like their play was, hey, we're not gonna run it. We know that Bucs defense is elite.
I guess, but I mean, they really didn't rush the ball at all. So
Yeah, that coaching situation is I just don't like it. I mean, maybe we'll see when Tua comes back. Yeah, I think he's supposed to be back next week, but
I mean, yeah, Gaskins tough. That's a guy that you probably sit on. Yeah. To me, and you don't really start him. You kind of just see how he does.
Do you start this guy though, or do you stay away from him? Devontae Booker. Barkley going down. Like we said, we don't know how long he's going to be out. Yeah. Could be week to week. He's definitely probably missing next week.
Yeah, definitely out for next week. Maybe out for next game too.
I know, but the thing is, next week he plays the Rams. Yeah. That is a tough matchup. That's like Gaskin playing the Bucs. I mean, for running the ball at least.
Right. I mean, but yeah, we did see him get involved in the passing game too, which obviously, if we're talking PPR here, is pretty pretty nice too. Had a rushing touchdown and he had a receiving touchdown. So they're utilizing him. This is a guy that I definitely pick up. I don't know if he's number one waiver, type, but I mean, this is a guy that is a backup to a running back who is usually getting injured, like you mentioned earlier when we were talking about it, Saquon. So I mean, pick up Devontae Booker.
I picked up Booker. I might hold him for the rest of the season just because I don't know the situation of Barkley. I never understand the situation of Barkley.
Yeah, right. He's injured a lot.
If you got the bench space, I'd say pick him up, hold him. Yeah. I wouldn't start him next week
for sure.
Just because of the Rams, even though I might start him because Kamara's on a bye week. Right. Yeah. But next player, Robbie Anderson, been real slow this year. Yeah, I don't think he's had much over 10 points in a lot of games.
Yeah, let me see here. Yeah, he's looked very poor this year. 12 points, 6 points.
It looks like DJ Moore is like, give me the ball. Yeah. This is my receiver. I'm the receiver one.
Yeah, really not something that I was expecting either. I mean, the thing is, though, he's getting targets I'm seeing, though, here. I mean, week 4.
Kind of getting that. I feel like
week 4, 11 targets, just had 5 receptions.
Yeah, I feel like Terry McLaurin's going through the same thing. He has a good week against a bad team and then a decent team. Right. Like, I think yesterday he had 8 targets, only 4 receptions for 40 yards.
Yeah, I mean, Robbie Anderson, that was a guy that in real life I do like a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Even, not speaking fantasy purposes, but I've always kind of liked Robbie Anderson. But the next guy here, Allen Robinson, got him on my team, man. He's been rough.
I mean, you traded Galladay away from him.
Galladay and Kenyon Drake for him, yeah. I mean, it's probably a dumb
It's looking good. Kenyon Drake's not playing at all, really. Kenny Galladay got injured.
Yeah, so I mean, it's probably a dub trade, but like at the same time, it's like it's really not.
Tiny dub. It's tiny dub.
Right, because Allen Robinson is playing like crap, dude. I mean,
who expected this out of him?
Right. I mean, exactly.
Doesn't matter if you have Dalton, Foles, Fields.
Darnell.
You are a number 1 wide receiver. You are considered a top 10 wide receiver coming into the year. There is like no excuse. You should be playing this bad.
Yeah, he's playing pretty bad. He's really just not getting the looks, though. Honestly, this offense as a whole has looked pretty terrible. I mean, you add in the fact that it's a rookie quarterback, too, right? The thing is that Dalton, isn't the greatest either. But right, I mean, yeah, he just hasn't looked too good. Hasn't been involved in this offense.
You think they would want to feed him? He is the number 1. You think they'd want to get him the ball, let him do his thing in space, and deep balls, deep threat.
Right. And he doesn't want to be there either.
Yeah, it's looking like that.
He didn't want to be there, and they tagged him. But yeah,
see if he gets traded. I mean, it might be a good hold just to see if he gets traded. I mean, it's hard to drop a player like him with his name and his past, but. Yeah. Next player is kind of in the same situation with OBJ.
Another player that I have on my roster here. OBJ, man, just not getting the looks really.
Not getting the looks.
Baker just hates OBJ now or something.
I mean, they've always kind of praised each other. That's the thing. Yeah, Baker's like, oh, I love OBJ, like him on my team.
But they've never had great chemistry either. I feel.
No,
ever since OBJ's been on the Browns, he hasn't been great. He hasn't been as good as he was on the Giants. I mean, with Eli.
No, that kind of that last season in the Giants is a little. Yeah. But you think you'd go from a QB, Eli Manning, end of the career, to Baker Mayfield, starting up his prime, basically. Right. You think you would see that huge increase in numbers, but you just not seeing it.
You just really don't see the connection. That's the thing, right? They're just not getting him involved. Obviously, coming off that huge injury. But right, just kind of disappointing. This is a guy that I don't know. I don't know if I'm starting him next week. He is playing. Who is he playing next week? He plays Arizona. Pretty weak secondary. Sort of, at least this season. But I mean, I don't know. It's tough. You just kind of have to see if he's going to be involved in the offense or not.
Yeah. Watching this game right here, Colts just missed another extra point that's going to make it 13 on the year. Colts are up actually 16. On the week here.
Yeah, and I had Rodrigo Blankenship on my fantasy team too.
It's a struggle. It's been a struggle out here. Next player we got on here is AJ Brown. I don't know if it's a Tannehill problem.
Yeah, AJ Brown really. Yeah.
I don't know if it's I think it's a Tannehill problem because Derrick Henry is 3 touchdowns last week.
Yeah, right. That's the only good part of their offense.
With Julio out too, that's the thing.
Yeah, with Julio out, AJ Brown.
I think it's just a Tannehill problem.
It's not at all. I don't know. I think it's just it's a Tannehill problem. It's a team problem. Right. Tannehill does not look good this year.
No, I mean they're losing
as good as he did last year.
They're losing to the Jets.
Yeah,
they lost to the Jets last week.
Yeah. Yeah, honestly, AJ Brown's a guy that you probably took pretty high too. 3 to 4 round range, and a guy that really just disappointed. For
sure.
Next guy here,
Adam Thielen. He has been
very disappointing. Yeah.
He looks like a low end flex at this point. He's like.
I mean, he's pretty solid early in the
year. He relies on touchdowns.
But yeah, I would say
Justin Jefferson has become that number 1 wide receiver. Right. He looks amazing out there.
Right.
Madison and Cook look amazing out there.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, Cook's looked definitely pretty good when he played, and then Madison stepped in. Yeah, Adam Thielen definitely, a flex option.
I feel like he's a boomer bust. I mean, he could get you 16 one week and then
that's the
4 or 5 the next week.
Him, or is it going to be Jefferson? But they do spread the ball around.
Yeah, but
a lot.
Kirk Cousins not having as good as a game yesterday against the Lions. Yeah. I mean, he started off blazer hot.
Right. Yeah, he did.
Kind of came back to earth a little bit.
Right. It started off pretty well this season, and didn't have a great game yesterday against the Lions. But I mean, Lions secondary didn't look too bad, really. Yeah. Against these Vikings receivers.
Yeah, just kind of struggled against Jefferson and then
Madison. Until the end of the game, of course, when they gave up that 20-yard reception.
When they only rushed 3 and they said
lose the game, right? Yeah.
And then AJ Green, prior to this week, he had 3 big weeks.
Yeah. 3 solid weeks for sure.
It looks like he did some really. I think he got 2 targets, 2 receptions. Yeah. I mean, he did what he could with the balls that were thrown to him.
Right. Yeah. This is a guy that's kind of been, a big receiver room out there.
Yeah, kind of surprising to be honest this year.
Yeah.
Cincinnati kind of really slowed down, and then don't know if it was just the offense or.
Yeah.
But he's looked decent out there. He's looked respectable.
Yeah, out in Arizona now. I mean, next to Hopkins, next to Rondell Moore. Rondell Moore, kind of a guy that's looking a little bit more like that wide receiver.
What a rookie.
But, I mean, yeah, he's looked pretty solid this season.
Yeah.
And then Christian Kirk, and then obviously they have Chase Edmonds and James Conner.
Yeah.
In the backfield. So they got lots of options on this offense. And really, AJ Green's pretty much a hit or miss this whole season.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be hard to get your receptions against Hopkins, but.
Yeah, right.
And then kind of getting into the next Thursday game, because this is going to be the last video until next Thursday. Bucs versus Eagles. Don't know how the Bucs got 2 Thursday night games in 6 weeks. Yeah. I guess this is Tom Brady effect at this point.
Yeah, definitely Tom Brady. Can be a solid game, I feel like. I can see Jalen Hurts having.
Yeah, I think it all comes down kind of to the run game. I mean, they're not going to run the ball good, but if Miles Sanders can get a few receptions and kind of make the defense come down a little bit, maybe open up a big shot, because that Bucs secondary is brittle.
Yeah, right.
So I feel like if they can get the defense to come down on Miles Sanders and they could get a deep ball over to Devontae Smith, I feel
the offense starts with the run for sure. That's one thing that the Eagles have not been doing good this season.
Yeah, ever since
is getting the running backs involved.
Really, ever since LaShawn McCoy left. I mean, he hasn't looked
right. I mean, Miles Sanders came in, a guy that they're pretty excited about, and just hasn't looked too well.
No.
Really. Last year in fantasy, he was a first-round pick. Last year, I remember guys taking him in the first round last year, literally, because that's what he was projected. And he was supposed to be, one of those guys that got 6 receptions a game or whatever, and it's just, they haven't used him well his
Christian
whole
McCaffrey
career.
role.
Right. They haven't used him well his whole career, and it just kind of shows. But, I mean,
I think the Bucs win this.
I think that the Bucs win this one.
I mean, it's the Bucs,
right.
so it's hard to go against them.
It's kind of the cliche pick. It's hard to go against the Bucs. Hard to bet against Tom Brady. But yeah, I mean, I could say AB having another pretty big game. Eagles obviously have Darius Slay. He'll probably be on Mike Evans or Chris Godwin, leaving AB.
Might be on AB some of the snaps.
Right.
I mean, the way he's been playing.
Yeah, he honestly might. Right. Really, that's the thing with the Bucs. You can see any of these guys.
Yeah, even I don't know if Robert Gronkowski's playing this week, but
yeah, not sure.
He could have 2 touchdowns in the red zone,
right? Just
because he's such a huge target.
They spread the ball around so much, and then obviously, I'm forgetting his name, Leonard Fournette, and then Giovanni Bernard is back too, getting him involved in the passing.
Yeah, they kind of got him involved later in the game. He got a few rushes, but
had a receiving touchdown.
It's kind of good to get him worked in slowly.
Right.
Take some pressure off Leonard Fournette.
Yeah.
Being that number 1 down, being probably 90% of the snaps most of the time.
Right.
When he was injured. So.
But yeah, we'll get back to that Thursday night game too.
Okay.
Review for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's NBA now.
Yeah, get into a little NBA. Still the preseason. I believe it's starting up next week.
Yeah.
We're gonna be drafting fantasy actually this Saturday.
Yeah, we are.
It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun.
Definitely gonna be fun. 16. Yeah, we could really talk about anything for NBA. Got down here. Taylor Horton Tucker out.
Yeah.
I mean, we could talk about Taylor Horton Tucker. This is a guy that really I was never too fond of, honestly.
I just thought his role out there would be you get in the corner, you shoot the ball. He was going to be efficient.
Right.
And then another player, Ariza's going to be out, and I have put down.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. It's even going to be an impact. Like you didn't even know Ariza was out.
Yeah, I didn't even know, but I don't know. Ariza was a guy that I was kind of excited about for the Lakers.
Yeah, I don't think he's missing many weeks. I think 4 max.
Okay.
But
I mean, yeah, that's not too bad, but right.
For a
player that can come in and hit a few threes.
Yeah, hit a few threes. Probably play 15 minutes a night.
Yeah.
But,
I mean, same thing with Taylor Horton Tucker. This is a guy that, like I said, I was never too excited about. There goes Lamar.
Lamar's going, dodging everyone.
I mean, yeah, this is a guy that I never really bought the hype on too much. I know Lakers fans love him and everything, but I don't know.
Yeah, and then Westbrook, 15 turnovers in 2 preseason games.
Yeah.
I know he's not going to have the ball. LeBron's going to have the ball.
I don't know, man. I mean,
but that's scary. But it's kind of like at the same time, we saw that coming.
Right. He said that he wasn't worried about it, but bro, I'm worried about it. You better not be doing that when you're playing with LeBron and AD. You can't be giving up 7 turnovers a night. That cannot happen, especially when you're playing with LeBron.
I mean, he's a player that averages. Reckon he had the ball a lot in his hands back in the day, but
he averages 10 assists a night.
But he's always kind of had average 4 turnovers a game.
Yeah, and that's a move that I was always shaky on was that Westbrook trade.
I've never been a huge Westbrook fan just because of the turnovers, the inefficiency. You can't deny his MVP season was great.
Oh yeah, that season was great for sure. Give him his flowers for that, but I mean,
but just the inefficiency, just the turnovers, it always scared me. I believe that's why I didn't work out with Paul George,
Harden and the Rockets too, and everything. Paul George and OKC,
Beal.
like you mentioned, right? Beal and Washington. I don't know. I'm scared for this situation.
I'm scared. I think
kind of honestly, I am.
The thing that scares me, they're still going to be an elite team. AD, LeBron, Westbrook.
Yeah.
The ball's not going to be in his hands not as much as that has been in the past. But the thing is, like, LeBron kind of needs that shooter in the corner, kind of.
Yeah, honestly, I would much rather have a guy like
Kyle Lowry.
Exactly.
Even someone like Gordon Dragic who could come in there, play off the ball, hit a few threes.
Yeah, they called me crazy when I said that I'd rather have Bradley Beal than Russell Westbrook on this Lakers team.
Oh yeah,
is that crazy?
No, I don't think that's crazy at all. Just because of the situation, LeBron's not a 3, he's a 1.
LeBron can play the point guard position exactly. He can play the point guard position. I get that he's getting up in age and stuff. That's a guy that can still handle all the points.
He's looking. It's Tom Brady situation.
Right. One of the
He's
best.
still the center of the team.
Right.
He's still the best player on the field when he's out there or
Right.
on the court.
One of the best passers in the NBA. And right, you get a guy like Buddy Hield in there, can come in, can score 20 points a night for you, can hit 2 threes. I mean, because I'm just saying Buddy Hield because when that Westbrook trade was going on, so was the rumors about the Buddy Hield trade.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like the same package pretty much.
Yeah.
And it was like, who would they rather want? And I was like, I would rather Buddy Hield next to LeBron and AD, but I don't know. We'll really just have to see this season. It'll be interesting for sure.
Yeah, something to watch. And then Kyrie Irving's situation. It looks like Steve Nash kind of just accepted the fact he's not going to play home games.
Yeah.
Or probably games in California.
Yeah, that's crazy. But I mean, shout out to Kyrie, bro. I mean, if you're going to
stand what you believe for,
stand what you believe in my opinion. I mean, that is crazy though that they're not going to allow him to play games because he doesn't have a vaccine. I mean,
we'll see how the NBA reacts. To be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, you have a huge star out.
And he's the guy to do it,
Yeah.
This was the guy that said that he would retire before, and he's came out.
Yeah. I mean, I want to see Brooklyn if they end up lifting it. Like, maybe not when the NBA season starts. I mean, they don't think they will.
Right.
But let's see if things get into February, January, if things kind of slow down, it gets lifted, and we'll see Kyrie out there.
Right. Exactly.
And then, new report kind of came out. Ben Simmons' agent Rich Paul is kind of talking to the Sixers about staying. I mean, for someone like Simmons, do you take a trade like Hield and Barnes just to get something? I mean, you get that little bit of shooting.
I mean, I don't know, because I feel like Ben Simmons is a guy that's pretty valuable, but it's like what team kind of...
And then it's like,
what team wants him?
Does Ben Simmons even want to go to the Kings?
Right.
Like... He wants to be in California, and then you go to the Kings, and you're like...
Yeah. It's always tough. I mean, but yeah, Ben's just a player that's so tough to trade, I feel like, in my opinion. He's a great player, and I'm a big fan of him, too, and I've been a big fan of him for a little bit now, but... Yeah. He's an all-NBA defender, but the guy just can't shoot. We all know it. And he doesn't want to take open layups. He doesn't want to take open layups in the playoffs. We saw that. He refuses to shoot. He refuses to take open layups. Like, you cannot do that. You cannot give up those buckets during playoff basketball. Mm-hmm. And we obviously seen what transpired, but Doc Rivers is playing a bigger role in this. I feel like we know, because I don't know, man. I just don't really like Doc Rivers that much.
Really? I really like Doc Rivers. I mean,
I don't know.
He didn't really do it with the Clippers. I don't know.
I mean, see what happened with, the Clippers, and then you see, the Clippers before the Clippers with Chris Paul and everything that transpired. I don't know. But I get it though, because
I mean,
he's a coach of the year candidate some years, right?
Yeah, it's just hard. Some smaller news for last few things. I mean, he's a ball brother. We got to talk about him.
Right. G-Lo getting that G League contract.
Okay. Do you think he cracks a roster this year?
I mean, I don't know. I thought that he was going to crack Charlotte's roster, to be honest. I mean, I thought that would have been pretty cool, too, playing with LaMelo.
Yeah, I mean...
But it's cool, though.
He might come in, hit it off with Charlotte one day, hit a three, hit 2 threes.
Yeah.
Get all of his SportsCenter, ESPN hype, and then go back to the G League. I mean, he's a ball brother.
Right. It's kind of just like that, exactly. You can come in and make a few threes, but you're going to get him on your team because of the jersey sales or whatever. And
it's crazy to think that when he was in Chino Hills, he was the leading scorer of that Chino Hills team.
Yeah, he was. And he was like my favorite ball brother, too. And
he would come out there and drop 30 on you.
Yeah.
And I thought it was insane.
He would come out there and drop 50 on you, bro, and just straight up jog out there. And sit in the corner and cherry pick with LaMelo chucking balls at him, and Lonzo just grabbing every rebound.
I thought
Lonzo 5 steals a game.
Oh, Lonzo Ball's mixtape is one of the best mixtapes out there, too.
That Chino, dude, I love that Chino Hills team. That Chino Hills team, I'll take that Chino Hills team over any high school basketball team, but that St. Vincent, St. Mary LeBron team. In my opinion, bro. Give me Chino Hills over every team but that St. Vincent, St. Mary LeBron team. I mean, The Ball brothers are just so exciting to watch.
I know. I'm just watching the game. This false start. Everyone moves but the center. That is. I always think the center. I don't
And
know.
Ravens losing too.
I know.
Ravens
16
down
to
13 after halftime.
I don't know what's
Halfway to go in the third. I mean, I don't know.
Crazy.
My dad picked the Colts to win in his bet, actually.
He's not sweating right now.
Mark Andrews 11 points. I'll take it.
I'm watching a little bit, and I feel like every time I look up, Mark Andrews, down at the 1.
Let's go.
But every time I look up, I feel like Mark Andrews got the ball in his hands. I'm like, because I know you got him in fantasy this week. So, and then our last topic for NBA, Jordan Poole, Warriors starter. I mean he's showing a little swagger out there.
From Michigan too. I mean, you gotta respect it. You gotta root for him, obviously.
I've heard Lamar just fumbled.
Lamar fumbling.
It looks like Colts are taking it all.
Darius Leonard taking it. Pitches it. Did he pitch that?
Did he pitch that?
Oh, he's gone. Oh, he ran past Lamar. Dude, are they letting this play out?
That is.
He must have actually fumbled that then.
That is a 99-yard fumble recovery.
Live on camera too.
That is.
Hey, that's going in the thumbnail. The clickbait.
Clickbait. We had the Jon Gruden clickbait. Now we're switching to 99-yard fumble.
Colts.
Let's see if he's down right here.
Let's 20.
He's got the ball in one hand. That's a fumble.
That's going to be really close, but yeah, it's going to be hard to overturn.
He doesn't have the ball. I think he's like this.
I don't know.
I think he's got the ball, and the ball is.
It'll definitely be hard to overturn for sure.
He pitched it back, and he dived in everyone. I was like,
That's probably a fumble.
I think that's a fumble. But back to Jordan Poole, I heard Warriors are looking to run a lineup when Thompson comes back of Curry, Poole, Thompson, Wiggins, and Draymond at the center. I like Wiseman.
I like Wiseman too. That's the thing that I was going to say.
He can hit that midi.
Yeah.
He's athletic.
It'd be nice to see them get him a little bit more involved too. But
yeah.
That's that death lineup though that they always love to run.
The shooters. Yeah. If you can shoot, you will be out there for the Warriors.
And they love Draymond out there at the center for some reason too.
He's kind of playing that PJ Tucker, but the thing is,
when PJ Tucker before PJ Tucker was PJ Tucker.
That is very true. But the thing is, when they ran PJ Tucker out there, they had Giannis out there.
Oh yeah.
6'7" Giannis. Exactly. When they run Draymond Green out there, they got 6'8" Klay Thompson.
Right. Draymond's literally the center. Exactly.
But he gets it done. They figure it out. Yeah. I don't know what it is, but they figure it out. Even with Draymond going to average probably 8 points a game and 8 assists and 8 rebounds.
Yeah, exactly. Draymond's going to get it done.
Probably shooting 40.
Gotta respect Draymond.
Yeah.
That's probably a good place to end it, really.
Yeah, I think that's great. Coming up this weekend, we will probably be having our NBA predictions. Yeah. Probably more NBA heavy, just because season's starting
next week. Exactly.
Probably have our finals winners, all of our awards.
Right. Yeah, we'll get that together with MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, award predictions.
It's gonna be interesting. I got some players in mind. I'm thinking. Okay. I kind of think about it for a little bit.
Yeah, definitely have to start thinking about that a little bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Well, that's probably a good place to end it. So,
yeah. Thank you so much for watching.
Yeah, we appreciate you guys watch it, for sure.
Came the whole way through. Let us know again. Let us have some comments, feedback. The support on the first video was great.
Yeah, it was cool, for sure.
It was definitely a fun experience.
Yeah, it was, honestly. Yeah, we'll keep it up.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, yeah. Well, thanks, guys, for watching, and catch you guys in the next one.
Peace out.
Peace.